Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. This is teacher Egor and today I'm gonna give you some IELTS tips. But why should I listen to you, you might ask? Well, I'm a non-native speaker, just like you, and I got band 8.5 without too much preparation, which is probably something that you want, right? Getting band 8.5 or even 9 is extremely challenging even for native speakers, especially because they don't know much about the exam. And I know a lot about this exam because not only did I take it, but I also worked as an IELTS invigilator for British Council. I did it in my home country where I administered this exam, and that's how I know so many things about it. Moreover, currently, I work as an English teacher in Thailand, where my main specialty is teaching IELTS speaking and other aspects of IELTS as well. I help my students get their desired scores, and a lot of them get admitted to their dream universities or get an opportunity to study abroad or even work there. I also took the TOEIC exam, which is really popular in Asia, and got 990, which is the maximum score that you can possibly get. Honestly, at this point, I've taken so many exams that I don't even get stressed anymore when I enter an exam room. It feels like I've taken hundreds of them. So, if you want to know my tips and tricks, watch this video until the end, where I'm going to share with you 5 most important things that you need to know before doing this exam. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I'm gonna keep posting videos like these in the future. So, without further ado, let's get to the list. My first tip is about choosing between a computer and a paper-based test. Many people get confused when they try to choose the test that's going to maximize their results. So let me break it down for you. When you take your test on a computer, which is something that I did, you will get into a room, sit in front of a screen, you will be given a set of personal headphones, and then you will click and choose your answers. During the paper-based test, you will also receive a pair of headphones for the listening part, but you will have to write your answers on a sheet of paper. Now, the biggest difference usually comes in the writing part of the test. In the computer version, you'll have to type. In the paper version, you will have to use a pen or a pencil to mark your answers. So, the tip is to choose it wisely. Make your choice based on, first of all, what you enjoy more, what you do faster, and how good your handwriting is. I chose the computer-based test because I type a lot faster than I write. I could also correct my mistakes by using the backspace button. Also, some testing centers nowadays, they give you an option to retake one of the parts of the test, but this option is only available if you take it on a computer. So, a computer-based test would be my preference, but if your handwriting is really good and you're confident in your skills, then you can definitely choose the paper-based test. It's up to you. Now, don't base your decision on the listening and reading parts, because they're pretty much the same in both cases. My second tip is about the speaking part of the test. In the speaking part, always speak longer than you think you should. You have to understand that IELTS is a yapping contest. It is not a test of conversational English, even if it looks like it. Because if you answer the way you do in a normal everyday situation, you are not gonna get a high score. And the reason for that is because of one of the criteria of the test, which is fluency. It clearly states that if you want to get a high score, you need to speak at length, which means that you can't give simple yes or no answers, which is something we do in everyday conversations, right? Honestly, you can't even stop at one sentence. You always need to overshare. You can overshare in part 1 by providing some example or by giving a reason. In part 2, always make sure to speak for the whole 2 minutes and don't stop until they stop you. And in part 3, speak for at least 30 seconds. Here you can provide different explanations and examples to make sure you extend your answer as long as possible. When you practice, always use a timer, because a timer is going to help you figure out if your answers need a little bit of stretching. Tip number 3 is not really a tip, but a great place where you can access different types of materials for your preparation for IELTS. It is especially useful for listening and reading. If you want to practice, I would like to recommend you this gorgeous website. Now, I'm not sponsored by them, I'm just trying to be helpful. Their materials are free and they're only supported by ads, which is a great thing. You don't have to pay anything for that. And if you go to their website, you'll be able to access hundreds of practice tests that can help you prepare. And here's how you do it. Go to their website, open the section that you would like to learn more about, choose the type of a task that you want to practice. Let's say you want to practice reading diagrams. Open the practice test. Now, at the top, you will see a timer. And on the page, you will see the task itself. Do the reading, type in your answers, click check, note your mistakes, and try to understand why you made them. Do tests like these and you'll be able to understand what they require during the real examination. Because the questions are very, very similar. But don't expect the same ones during the real test, because they change them all the time. However, the types of tasks and the structures have remained similar throughout the years, so that's why resources like these are extremely helpful. Tip number 4 is about the writing part of the exam. And I had to learn it the hard way. When you write the essay, always pay attention to the timer. Look at the certificate one more time. You'll notice that the worst score that I received is in the writing part of the exam. I got a 7. Why? Because I forgot to look at the timer and I mismanaged my time. I really messed up. I was writing my essay, I was almost done, and right before I could finish my last sentence, the system locked me out because the time had run out and I couldn't do anything about it. Which brings me back to point number 2. You know, there is a little bit of leeway that you can expect in the paper-based test because they will be collecting these sheets of paper and you will have a little bit of time left in order to finish this last sentence. In a computer-based test, it's impossible. But the moral of the story is about managing your time wisely. Don't be like me. Always look at the timer every 2 minutes. And when it's close to the end, try to look at it at least every 30 seconds. And last but not least, tip number 5. Learn the structure. Even if you're convinced that your English is flawless, the IELTS exam is going to be a surprise for you because the demands are very specific. Make sure you solve at least a few mock tests before you take the exam. You can do it on the website that I suggested before and really focus on the writing and speaking parts of the exam. You need to understand what they want from you because they have specific criteria that you need to fulfill. Right now, I can't help you with the writing part. Maybe soon in the future I'll be able to. But if you're looking for the best way to answer IELTS speaking questions, I have developed a course that you can access. It consists of 4 parts. The first video is about the criteria of the IELTS speaking exam, which you must know. And then 1 video for each of the 3 parts of the speaking test. There are 3 parts overall. You need to know about them too. So if you want to save $200 on retaking this test every single time, I recommend you get in touch with me over the email. And I will teach you everything necessary at a fraction of the price of the real test. Trust me, it's not expensive. It's not a huge investment. If I had a course like this back in the days, I'd be really happy to take it. Honestly, not because I'm just self-promoting here. So, reach out to me, you will get my course, and also we will book a 20-minute practice session one-on-one with me, where I'm going to test your speaking skills over a video call. And there you have it. These are my 5 tips before you take the IELTS exam. I hope they will be really helpful to you. And if this video gets enough likes, I will keep making videos like these in the future. So, like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment if you would like to see videos like these later. My name is Teacher Egor. Thanks for watching and Cheers!